Are you living your life in draft mode? Because most people do. Waiting to start eating healthy when life gets less busy, waiting to feel confident before they put themselves out there, waiting to feel happy once they finally hit their goal. But here's the thing, that moment never comes. And while you're waiting for your life to begin, it's already passing you by. That's when romanticizing the process comes in. But why do we always focus on the outcome, and what mindset shifts are necessary to actually romanticize the process? There's a mindset trap that almost everyone falls into. It goes like this: when I have X, I'll finally do Y. When I lose the weight, I'll start dating. When I have more money, I'll start investing in myself. When I feel ready, I'll actually start. And it sounds reasonable, it sounds like planning, but it's not planning, it's postponing. It's making your life conditional on a future version of yourself that you're not even working toward right now. And the worst part, the condition keeps moving. You hit the goal and suddenly there's a new one you need to reach first. You never actually arrive because arriving was never the real point, so you feel stuck, unhappy, or frustrated. We've been trained to think this way. In school, work hard, get the grade. At work, hit the target, get the reward. Results justify effort, outcomes validate action. So we unconsciously apply the same logic to our lives. I'll invest in myself once it's worth it. I'll enjoy the process once I can see it's working. But there is something deeper going on. Waiting also feels safe, because if you never fully start, you can never fully fail. I did this too. I kept telling myself I'd take control of my life when I had more clarity, when I knew exactly what my next steps would be, when I felt ready to stand by my decisions. But clarity doesn't come before action, clarity comes from action. Here's the shift that changed everything for me. Stop asking, what will I get at the end? Instead, start asking, who am I becoming every single day? You're not a runner when you cross the finish line, you're a runner when you consistently run. You're not a writer when you publish the book, you're a writer when you consistently write. The goal doesn't create the identity, the process does. We treat the process like a corridor, something we have to go through to get to the real room. But the corridor is the room. The daily work, the small decisions, the ordinary moments. That is not the path to your life. That is your life. And when you romanticize that, when you find meaning in the act of showing up, not just in the outcome, everything changes. You stop dreading Mondays. You stop waiting for the weekend. You stop living in draft mode. The version of you that you're trying to become is not waiting for you at the finish line. This version is built in every moment you choose to show up anyway. Every time you do the thing when you don't feel like it. Every time you choose the process over the excuse. That's how you become that person. Not by arriving, but by moving. I started romanticizing my morning routine simply by journaling. That helps a lot with clearing my mind and gaining motivation for the day. And there are so many little things we all can do to romanticize a certain process or our whole lives. I want to leave you with one question. Not a to-do list, not a 5-step framework, just one question. What would you do today if you knew the outcome didn't matter, but the person you become in the process did? Sit with that for a moment. Stop living in draft mode. Your life is not a rehearsal for something better. This is it. The process is the point, and it's already happening. You just have to show up for it. If this resonated with you, I made a video about why you need to trust the process in the first place. It'll appear somewhere up here, so watch this next. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.